Hello, Fakesagan. This is the Mass Analyst. I just finished watching your videos, and my first impression was, you've got to be kidding me. You really busted the chops of those atheists who didn't give Brett his props after he was kicked out of YouTube. And you did a lot of apologizing for Brett, or explaining away. You said that you practically said his lies were excusable, or at least understandable. And yes, you know he's a liar, but he did it in the service. He had no choice, and we should all be showing our gratitude for all he's done for atheism. My first question to you is, would we excuse the same sort of excuse within the Muslim community or the Christian community? If a Muslim or Christian was booted off of YouTube after some inappropriate behavior, and if that Muslim or Christian lied continuously, how would we look upon it if they said, well, you know, he was a liar, but he really did serve Islam really well, or he really did fight for Jesus. Let's give him the old Jesus rally. Yay, liar! Come on, we'd say that's bullshit. And the only thing that this does is it gives those within the theistic community a chance to point at us and say, you see, that Brett Keane, he's the most prominent atheist of them all, and he was a lying boot weasel. What can I tell you? Those atheists, they don't have a moral compass. They don't believe in God, and therefore they believe anything goes. Now you and I know that this is pure bullshit. You and I know that you don't need to believe in God in order to have a moral compass. But it allows them to gloat and dance and high-five each other and say, ha ha ha, look at those atheists. Now, there's another point that I want to touch upon, and I really don't enjoy knocking Brett when he's down. I really don't enjoy I wouldn't have made this video except you decided to pwn, in your word, pwn those atheists who weren't giving Brett his due. Now, there's no way that I know how to respond to you without going over some of the facts that Brett would probably find somewhat embarrassing. Before I go into this in any detail, let me just state for the record that I understand that someone, the friendly Pocky, evidently released Brett's name and address and that sort of thing. Now, I didn't watch his videos, the friendly Pocky's videos, so I can't say this firsthand, but I've heard this from a number of sources, and I believe this to be the case. And if that's true, then I condemn him in the strongest possible terms. And it's unfortunate that Brett decided to evidently retaliate and drop someone else's docs, and Brett was kicked off of YouTube. I don't like to see that, and I especially don't like to see all his videos removed. I think for the historical record, as well as for the intrinsic values of his videos, I really wish that YouTube had left his videos up. However, now let's get to a point that you made, and I wrote this down. I would love to have been able to include a video clip of you stating this in my video, but I don't want to take a chance that you're going to DMCA me. So I wrote this down, and this is what you said, and I'm trying to get this word for word, and if I left out a or a you know or something like that, please forgive me. You said, Brett Keane gave so much to YouTube atheism, and you can't even fucking admit that. You can't even give him the props he deserves now that he's gone. It's fucking... You should be ashamed of yourselves. I mean that, and you know, half of you are just, you've got sand in your vagina because he blocked you. What is with people getting butthurt over being blocked? You know, the motherfucker blocked me like 3 times. You didn't hear me bitching about it. Is it the end of the fucking world when you get blocked? You know, blocking is not censorship, alright? It's not fucking censorship when somebody blocks you from their channel. You can still make videos, you can still leave comments on their videos. All you can't do is comment on this one person's fucking video. So how are you being censored? You know, this is just people bitching because you want to take a piece of his fame, and you can't do it anymore. Fakesagan, you're missing something very important. he didn't just block people. He blocked people because they had legitimate criticisms of them. And he would also criticize very harshly others and then block them. Now, I know that I made several videos exposing some of his lies. He lied about you, and I exposed him. And after I did that, he blocked me, and he blocked me permanently, as far as I know. And I made a couple more videos. And in one video, he replayed the soundtrack of my of part of the video, and he kind of made me look a little foolish because he played my conclusion without playing the evidence leading up to the conclusion. He didn't mention that at all. So the thing is, I would love to have been able to comment on his video criticizing me, but I was blocked. So it's a minor form of censorship. It's not as bad as getting someone kicked off of YouTube. It's not as bad as that. There are various degrees of censorship. But it prevented me from responding in the form in which I was attacked. Now, I never blocked Brett. If he wanted to say that I was full of shit, he was more than welcome to come onto my videos criticizing him and give his side of the story. He was more than welcome to make a video response and attach it to my videos. But no, he blocked me, and he prevented me from responding on the video where he attacked me. I have a hunch that he did this to a number of other people. Now, you also make a big deal about those who were blocked were pissed because they couldn't get a piece of Brett's fame anymore. No, that's not why I was pissed at that. I also noticed that you were angry and upset with Meta Bob because he called Brett irredeemable. And then you said something like this to Meta Bob. You said, "Who the fuck are you to say that about other atheists, you judgmental prick, that he's irredeemable?" Well, you seem to judge us. You judge why we're angry at Brett just because we're being blocked and it prevents us from grabbing a bit of his fame. All I can say to that is, who the fuck are you to judge us, you judgmental prick? And if you want to block me for saying that from now on, if you want to block me from now on for saying that, go ahead, be my guest. Oh, by the way, did I mention to you that there's a technical term for someone who goes blocking people right and left? They're called blockheads. Now, there's something maybe you didn't, maybe you're not aware of the entire issue regarding Judalicious and charges of plagiarism about Brett. But Judalicious made a video in which he caught Brett dead to rights plagiarizing a poet. I think her name was Judy. I forget her name, but in any case, she caught him plagiarizing a poet. He stole her poem without acknowledging it in one of his videos. Now, how did Brett respond to the charges of plagiarism? Did he come clean and admit it? Did he say, oh boy, I'm a real dummy, I made a mistake, I meant to attribute it to her, but I must have had a lot on my mind? No, he didn't do that. What he did is he changed his video description in the column, in the sidebar, and he tried to pretend like he never plagiarized. But what was worse? What was worse than the actual plagiarism itself is that he made a video implying that Judalicious photoshopped some pictures in order to frame him for plagiarism. He tried to make it look like Judalicious was trying to frame him, and that she was doing something as underhanded as photoshopping the evidence. Now, he didn't actually come out and state this. He didn't state it as a fact, but the implication was so strong that you'd have to be an absolute idiot to not get it. And this was far, far worse than the actual plagiarism in my book. And I think this was inexcusable. And so if people aren't going around bending over and saying, "Oh, Brett, you're so wonderful, how tragic it is that we lost you," I think that this is largely the reason to explain it. Now, I am reminded of a video that Nick Gisburne once made. I'm going to put a link in the sidebar, in which he was criticizing Christians for praising God and saying how great He is, and ignoring the bad parts. And he used as an example the life of Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter made hit after hit after hit for, I think, 25 years or however many years on the British charts, and he was well loved, well respected. And then he got into a bit of trouble for pedophilia, and now everyone's forgotten him. Nobody plays his music whatsoever. Doesn't matter that he lived for 55 years as an upstanding citizen. It's the pedophilia that people remember him for. Now, there's no denying that Brett made a lot of really good videos. He really criticized the Bible. He did a lot for atheism in that regard. But you can't just excuse or forget the bad things. And sad to say, usually with most people, it's going to be the bad things that people will remember you for. There is no excuse for the way he treated Judalicious. Absolutely none whatsoever. And he didn't have to lie. If he had played it straight, if he had spoken the truth, everyone screws up. He didn't have to go lying right and left and blocking people. No. There was no reason to for that. He would have been far better served had he played it straight. He would have represented the community of atheists far better had he played it straight. I think he would have been very well loved and highly respected had he played it straight. You know, people can respect you for your knowledge, but it is your behavior that is more telling. It is your behavior that people remember you for, rather. And it's sad, but it's true that Brett's behavior fell well short of the mark, and that's what people will remember him for. Now, I hope he learned some lessons from all this, and that he changes his behavior. I've watched some of his videos on live video, and I'm not too optimistic that he ever will change. I'm not going to comment on live video. I'm not going on to live video, but from what I've seen, he really hasn't learned very much at all from what has happened on YouTube, and that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Well, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Go ahead and block me if you want. Go ahead and pwn me if you want. I've got some fundamental disagreements with you over Brett Keane, and I still respect you, but I have to strongly disagree with you here, and I strongly disagree with your attacking other atheists for not giving Brett his due. This has been the Masked Analyst, under and in.